As you can tell, I've achieved all my goals.
Get mic'd up. Hey everybody, happy 2020. I'm Baba Walters and this is 2020. And we didn't get that. We deserve that, Barbara. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Brittany here coming at you with the peace sign for 2020. But I'm very excited to share with you guys this little puppy. Now, if you've been on my channel for a little bit, you might recognize this guy. This is my official vision board. I have been using this thing for 3 or 4 years officially, this same cork board. And last year I did it. I filmed a whole video about it. I never uploaded the video because by the time I sat down to do it, I felt like the moment had passed. So I just saved the content because a lot of times when it comes to videos, I love sharing them with the world, but I also really like just having it and being able to look back on that time in my life. So I want to show you guys my vision board from 2019. So this is it. Hopefully you guys can see some good stuff on here. Basically, my board all started with this little picture here right in the middle. This is a picture that I found in a little memory box that I had, and it's me as a kid, and I'm just like so freaking happy in this moment, and that is the center of my vision board for the rest of my life, I think, because it just shows me being so happy and so in the moment. Anyways, I'm keeping that at the center of my vision board so I know what my like end goal is for myself. But the other things might change out and they might not. I gotta be honest with you guys, 2019 wasn't like a bad year for me, but it was kind of like lukewarm. Like, I feel like I did stuff and things happened, but it wasn't memorable and it flew by, and I feel like, what just happened? I didn't really look back on 2019 really proud of myself, but I just kind of feel like, okay, well, you made it through a 2019, you survived, but next year I'm trying to thrive, okay? Some of the things that I did end up doing in 2019, I divided my vision board into sections. So over here were like dreams and passions I wanted to pursue. So over here I have a quote from Oprah: do what you have to do until you do what you want to do. Let passion devour laziness. And then you guys see I have some crystals. And so over here, it's just mainly about my crystal shop, which I did open this year, Sun Crystal Shop. Everything for me happened like I would have a goal for it to happen, and then I would let it happen like months later. Like, I just didn't pursue things like with that hunger. I would like say I really want to do this, and then I would wait I'm talking like 6 months, you guys. Like, I'm such a terrible procrastinator. And I think this year I really let it get the better of me. But I did open the shop in 2019, so I am proud of that. The other things you'll see here, this is for a tattoo I wanted to get this year that was inspired by the sign of my great grandma. But I don't know, my ideas for this is kind of changing. But still, the idea was that I wanted to get a tattoo to honor my grandma. I did not do that this year, but that's still gonna be in the future. Then I've got like a little piercing moment here. I did go ahead and get this piercing. So over here is the more physical realm of things. So you'll see here, you know, obviously the tattoo and the piercing. We can check off the piercing. Dog, I wanted to get another dog, like to be a part of the family and be Gremlin's brother or sister. And I did get a dog named Clarence. Looks exactly the opposite of this dog. I mean, he's still a pit bull. It doesn't matter. Clarence is a welcome part of the family. For this one, I had this car, this Volvo specifically. I ended up buying a Lexus, so still kind of like completed it. And I really like my car. It's weird, you know, your vision changes a lot from month to month. But anyway, so then down here is all about like this health corner. This is where I feel like I really just, I have some inspiration for body types that I like, and then some quotes just about health and fitness. And I really did not commit myself to that this year. I did in spurts, but instead of trying to like facilitate little habits that can help me throughout the year, I just ended up like going through these times in my life where I was like, okay, like for this 2 weeks I was super committed and then end up really falling off the wagon. This was like a real disappointing corner for me, so I'm gonna refocus these efforts for my 2020. Over here and down on this bottom part is mainly about travel. So down here we have a tiny house and some specific things that are in Portland, Oregon, because I really wanted to do a solo travel trip there. I did not do that this year. On this corner, a family vacation to Mexico. I wanted to go on a resort, specifically to Punta Cana. We actually did try to go to the Riviera Maya, I believe, and we were at the airport and everything and the flight got canceled. I really think that everything happens for a reason, so I'm not like super upset about that. But so you know what I mean? Like I look at this vision board and I don't know, previous years I felt like, wow, like this year I really did it, and I didn't feel that way this year. You know, I never accomplished everything on my vision board, but this year was a hard year for me to kind of look back on, and it really kind of made me uninspired to do another vision board. That's why this video is going up a little late. I'm gonna be honest, like I did a little bit of 2020 planning on Pinterest, obviously, isn't that where everyone does it? And I did look at some inspiration things, but I'm just like unsure of what I want in 2020. But I don't know, I got this like burst of clarity. Like a couple nights ago I was sitting down and I was like, I don't need to want a whole lot of things. In fact, it might be better to just want very few things and focus on few things and make those priorities. And so I'm actually going to show you guys how I'm doing that. The one thing that this vision board does for me, a lot of the physical things that I wanted to buy or physical things that I wanted to launch, like my crystal shop or whatever, those were easier things to do. Maybe not my crystal shop because that's very fulfilling for me, but like getting the car, getting my pup, who's really important to me and I love him, getting the piercing, all that stuff that I was able to accomplish. It's like, especially like the piercing, the car, that stuff, it's just kind of like, that's cool, but it's not really fulfilling in the way that I think we expect to be fulfilled when we do stuff on our vision board. You know, you expect like, I mean, essentially I made this board thinking if I checked off all these boxes this year, like I would be so happy. And you know, looking here and seeing like, not really. That's an important tip for this upcoming year. Maybe it's not so much about checking off the boxes, but growing towards something. And so that's kind of where my frame of mind is. Like I'm trying to grow towards something. If I hit it in 365 days, like that would be awesome. But if I don't, that's okay too. So now I'm going to actually bring you guys in a little closer. I'm going to continue to watch you, so I'll play some music. Okay guys, so my camera died before I could say this, but I am actually just going to play some music for you guys because I don't really have a total plan for this, but I want to show you guys how this kind of all comes together. So bear with me while we have a little coffee and take time to plan our 2020. So the first thing I'm doing is separating these pictures into two piles. So over here are piles I know that I'm not interested in keeping for the upcoming year. And then this pile over here are things that I think I might consider keeping in this board for the upcoming year. The only thing we have and the thing that will remain in the center is this picture of me as a kid. Okay, and now these are all my new pictures, so now I'm going in with some old pictures and pulling out what I still really want to do for 2020. if you couldn't hear me because I also didn't have my mic on. I'm really just killing it today. Woo, 2020. Basically, my whole experience in just getting a couple of videos in took exponentially longer than expected. So here is the finished product. I'm hoping you guys can kind of see everything that's on here. And then I just want to quickly go through what I chose and why I chose it. Okay, so really quick, up at the top, I kind of, like I mentioned earlier, struggled with what to put on my board. And you'll notice there's like a lot less physical things on here. Part of that reason is I'm doing a 6-month no buy. I will upload a video about that in a couple weeks, I think. But essentially, I'm not going to be buying really anything unnecessary for about 6 months. So part of this is just trying to like disconnect from the physical items that I picked out in the past. But I do have a few items on here that I do think fall in the more physical realm. So really, I guess the only thing on here that is more physical is this right here. This is a beautiful picture of a bathtub like nook in someone's house. I'm gonna really try and get back into kind of manifesting. Like I was really big into that in 2018, and in 2019, I didn't do that at all. And honestly, I think that's why I've been a little bit out of it. I just haven't been like focusing on like where my frequency is at and manifesting anything. And so quite frankly, I don't know how in the hell I would get this bathtub. But if you listen to The Secret, if you listen to You Are a Badass, you know that that doesn't really matter. It's not about what you can imagine, but it's just about what you want and then just wanting it and knowing you'll have it. And so I want this bathtub. Moving on, down in this corner is really just more of a, you guys can see there's just a couple of pictures. This is a style icon of mine. I think it's her Instagram is Girl with Curves. I've been following her for a long time. She's great. And then I don't know who this woman is, but she's very well put together. I like her vibe. And these are just to signify like wanting to dress better. And I have really nice clothes, and every once in a while I will take the time. But I think I want to be one of those people who like consistently dresses well, looks put together. That's important to me. It's important to the work that I do day in and day out, and it's important to how I feel about myself. So these are to remind me, like she's definitely to remind me at work. Girl with Curves, like how to dress nice at work. And this girl is just casually looking super cute, which I love. And then I also still kept the pictures of my crystals here because my crystal bracelet shop, Sun Crystal Shop, is important to me. I have a million ideas about how to expand it and how to make it better and to bring new products to it and just bring new and important, I think, bracelets to people who need them. And so I still want to have that on my vision board, something to focus on. Here you'll see I have a sign that says I'm organized and productive. Girl, organization, I love to organize, but then I don't stay organized. And that's kind of the thing about organization. You kind of need to keep doing it. So this year I'm really going to focus on staying organized, staying productive, and like feeling like each day I gave a little bit to my goals and then my career and my family and my dogs and everything. So it's a lot of things to juggle, but I think it's important that I do that. Up above, you'll see the Portland pictures kind of in this trio. I moved it up because it's important to me that I do this. And so I didn't just put the important stuff at the top, but the things I wanted like major focus on, I moved towards the top. So tiny house, I want to go visit a tiny house, go to Voodoo Donuts and take a picture here. These are all Portland, Oregon things. I also have a couple of quotes. So my bank balance is going to explode with more money than I can ever imagine. I am blessed, abundant, healthy, successful, and worthy. So these things are once again about abundance mindset. So not only just money, but just thinking about in terms of success on Etsy or success with YouTube or success in my career, success with fitness and health. Basically, it's out there. Success is available. All I have to do is act upon it, and that comes from having this like abundance-based mindset, and it's something that I need to kind of like reintroduce. At the bottom here you'll see I just have two like fun, healthy meals, and the whole thing about these meals and these images is they brought the idea of like fresh whole foods to me. And you'll notice like last year I had a whole corner, like 4 or 5 pictures directly related to weight loss and fitness. It was just more, it really wasn't anything about health. It was all about like, want this body type, this is what I need to look at, weight loss, that kind of thing. But this year, I really just wanted to be like, listen, I want to eat more whole foods, I want to drink more water, I'm going to move more. Now that would equal weight loss, but I need to do it for the right reasons. Like I mentioned before, health was just like such a bad category for me this year. Like I just really didn't focus on it. And so I wanted to dedicate time and energy and effort to like fun pictures of fresh food, because I know that's something that I'll focus on. And then up above, you'll see that I have this little YouTube pillow. YouTube should be on here just because it's something I truly enjoy. I love my entire little community of people. I love that you guys are here and that you guys take the time to watch me. It's like, why? But I love it so much. And so I really want to dedicate the time to taking care of it and spending time on it, because like I said, I like it for me, even me, just to look back on. So I enjoy that. And then up here you'll see a little bit of like a relationship corner. So I have a picture of 2 people with very beautiful hair up here who are clearly having a moment of love. And then this quote right here, it says, never love anybody who treats you like you're ordinary. That quote was on my board last year. I went on like 4 dates last year, you guys, and moving into 2020, I'm gonna commit to going on 4 different dates this year, and then hopefully from those 4 different dates, I will find someone to date seriously. But that's on my vision board for this year. And then the same little quote right here, I will get there. And so this is just a reminder for this little picture of baby Brittany that this happiness is like here, it is within me. It is not impossible or improbable. In fact, it's probably one of the easiest things I can do if I just like clear the noise and focus on it. And so I'm very excited about that. Oh, I got 2 little mini pictures. So this one just printed out so tiny. So tiny. Anyways, it's a woman meditating. So just like a focus on meditation and kind of managing your thoughts. And then up here, this is a journal because I want to journal a lot more this year. So anyways, you guys, yeah, that's the vision board. This is the 2020 vision. And I really enjoy doing these. I'm excited to see what next year will be like. I think this year I need to commit a lot more to actually like spending time with my vision board. I didn't do that a lot in 2019 and I think it showed. I don't know where I'm gonna place it so that that can happen for me. I think my office would definitely be a good spot for it, but just in general, I think, you know, a vision board is great. Resolutions, goal setting, whatever you want to do for the new year is great. But at the end of the day, like there's a realistic set of things that you can do in a day. And then there's this ideal version of ourselves. You know, for me, it's someone who like gets up at 5 a.m. and works out and, you know, only eats really fresh, healthy, but tasty food. And, you know, she's found the love of her life and she's financially focused and always put together and is killing it at work and doesn't feel overwhelmed because has always taken on each day productively. But the truth of the matter is that is a very idealistic and unrealistic version of me. You know, could I start getting up at 5 a.m.? Absolutely. Could I start making better food choices and being more put together at work and find someone to date? All of those things are true and real and exist in this world. But am I never gonna have bad days? Am I never gonna feel like complete and total shit? Am I never going to make poor food choices? Am I never gonna sleep in until I have to rush my butt to work? Am I always gonna make the right decision and never have a setback in my career? Those are totally unrealistic expectations, but I think so many times, especially for me, I hold myself to this idealistic, unrealistic version of myself. And then when I do have bad days or I am dressed like shit, I judge myself so much more harshly because I'm judging myself of a version against a version of myself that doesn't even exist. Like, it's crazy. But what I'm most proud of about this board is these are just really, for the most part, things that I'm not going to like 100% achieve. There's really only 2 things on here that at the end of the year I can go, yeah, I did those things, like travel to Portland, getting a tub. Those are really the only things on this board that I can say, yeah, I 100% can check those off the list. These other things, they're more like small steps, goals to work towards. And so I think that's so much more attainable. Like, I will be able to do that so much better. And so I encourage you as well, like, if this is something that you're thinking about doing, a vision board, you know, you can do it in January, that's great. You can do it in June. You don't have to wait for this time of year, but you don't have to not do it because people think it's lame or whatever. Take the time to think about what you really want, and not in like this unrealistic ideal version of yourself, but just like, what if one thing, if you did it every day, you'd be like, wow, that really made me feel a whole lot better. And it could just be like saying an affirmation every day. You know, I am blessed, abundant, healthy, successful, and worthy. Like, how could that change your life in a year? Probably a lot. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. Me and my brother are about to make some barbecue shrimp on rice with mango salsa. It's a Pinterest recipe. It looks great. So we're gonna make that, and then we're gonna go to the movies. And I haven't quite decided which movie yet, because I'm in a space right now where I want to like have fun and see a fun movie. So I'm thinking Jumanji 2, but you know, I'm a horror addict, which means that Black Christmas, which only has 1 showtime, so you know it's about to be at the theater like tomorrow. It's out, so I'm kind of like, ooh, should we go see that? Then there's Bombshells. There's like so many movies out right now that I want to see. I love the movies. I love the movies. Let me know in the comments, what's the last movie you guys saw? Let a girl know. All right, anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another vision board video. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are able to make a vision board if that's what you want for this year, but also able to be really nice to yourself this year as we move forward. Be nice to yourself as you are goal setting, because trust me, if you are waking up every day, keeping yourself alive, being nice to people in general, and getting through the day, that is sometimes as much of a miracle as we can ask for. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.